You are extra
Yes.
bright. Yes, Rick. And by that I mean bright.
Have you
not
changed your
smart.
setting,
There you go.
Rick?
No, I had the camera going the opposite direction. Just a second, I'll turn it around.
Let's all get extra bright. Anyways, we're live, and having see that there you go. Rick is now extra dark.
Extra dark.
Extra dark. I only build in black and sometimes very, very dark gray.
Very, very dark gray.
Very, very dark gray.
All right. Hey everybody. Another week of Canadian Brick Builders. Welcome to the 4 people already watching. Wow. Wait, how many of you guys are watching? That's the question.
None. Not me.
I am.
All right.
So that's true.
Jeff is on the road again. He just can't get on the road again.
On the road again.
And you may have to watch reruns.
I wish you did like a barbershop quartet.
Hum, 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 hum.
Like, I'll be the Homer Simpson of the group.
Hey.
Apparently, this is our musical episode. We have Mr. Blue on the line. Hey, Mr.
Hey, Blue.
Good evening,
Mr.
Blue.
Even though it's blue. But anyway, so
Saying hello, David. Which David are you mean?
The good-looking one over there.
Yeah, he's probably talking about one of these 2 Daves, because these are the Daves we know. Yeah. So
The
yeah,
only
we have,
good-looking thing about me right now is the T-shirt.
oh, that is a nice shirt.
Yeah.
I have to get me one of those.
I'll put it on
so-
just for this.
There you go. So we got Cow Dice is back for the first time in a while. Dave K. He's
Back from camping.
not camping or
Not
anything.
camping, not sleeping in the rain. Yeah.
Not sleeping in the rain. There you go. So we'll hopefully have a few other people join in as time goes. So why don't we start with our little round table? Because I thought we usually start the show. We'll move this guy over here and we'll full screen him. Actually, no, we won't full screen Mr. Dave. We will go this way.
Hey,
So, David, what are you doing?
look what I got.
Woot!
Yeah, it's
Batman. Yeah, so I got this week. That was actually my order for the double points, the double VIP points, and
That's
I
gorgeous.
got a bunch of bricks too coming, bricks and pieces coming. Just got the invoice today, so I'm guessing they'll be in this week, either Tuesday or Friday, Thursday or Friday. So yeah, I couldn't resist. I got a whole bunch of sets stack up, but when I got this one, I had to build it.
Oh, for sure.
And I had to build it because it's small set, so my kids won't bother me saying, "Hey, can I build it with you, Dad?" So I got to build it by myself. So let's say extra part. Love the set. Love how it's made. Love how it looks. It really looks like the old Adam West Batmobile, and yeah, I'm just sorry that there's no Robin in it.
Yeah, it's interesting they didn't throw the extra fig in, right?
Yeah, and they threw in the Joker. Why would you throw the Joker?
Yeah.
Give me the Robin.
Yeah. How much was that set?
I think it's $39.99.
Yeah, so I guess
Oh,
the
that's
price
not bad
point
at all.
was.
That's not bad.
Yeah, they're like 360 pieces, so it's not.
Yeah, so that's right in place.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe just throwing in the extra fig would have jumped it another $5, and
Yeah, probably.
we don't actually have a $30 or $45 set usually in Canada. That range, right? It jumps to 50. So
Yeah.
It's a good-looking build, though.
Really, really great part selection if you're into black parts. And there's that piece over here that I never saw before. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
one-
Yeah.
the white
I never
one,
saw that before. It's a new part for me.
Mhm.
But
There's
it goes in the back of the Batmobile, if you can see here.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like a spoiler almost. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like a little, I don't know, back compartment where you can put the batarangs and all.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, great set.
Mhm.
Have it.
Yeah, I think those parts were new at the beginning of this year. I think, if memory serves. But yeah, okay. Cool. Why don't we throw Mr. Rick in here since he came in next?
All right.
So
First of all, how's my audio level? Is it too loud tonight, or am I good?
it is
You're
good.
good.
Sounds
Okay,
good
because
here.
last week I listened back, and last week I was a bit loud.
Oh, okay.
I had adjusted it for the
Like
lapel.
this.
Yeah.
It was a little loud last week, so this week's a lot better.
All right.
It wasn't that bad though last week. At least
Yeah,
that
right.
version.
Okay,
Whoa.
so I've built a few things. Most of them are gone, but I'm doing or I'm taking part in the Daily Brick Limit Challenge on Instagram with Brickanista and Joriel Builds.
Mhm.
The only build I actually don't have any builds from that challenge anymore because I'm taking them apart and using the parts in new builds. But during an Instagram stream on Saturday with a Instagram user called Herbert's Halls. I had the pleasure of streaming with Brett Hooper, as well as Brick Huntress, Kate, and that was it. It was just the four of us. Yeah, I forgot I was the fourth. So anyway, during that stream, I just built something kind of fun, and I built Brett Hooper.
Oh,
Nice.
This is actually Brett Hooper's sig fig,
Yeah.
and this guy's
like
called
Brett.
Moltor. So I built kind of like a American Gladiators jousting thing, and Brett he's up against it here with this guy with his spike.
So I'm guessing Moltor is like the professional, and
Yeah.
Brett is
And
like
Brett's kind of like the up and comer, the new guy.
the contestant.
Exactly. But he might have done pretty well. If anybody watching wants to pop over to my Instagram feed, I'm Rick_Brickham, and you can check out the pictures to see who won.
Sorry, just going to jump in here.
No problem.
If anybody watching on YouTube, because that's the only place where we're actually streaming, if you look down in the comments below, or not in the comments, but in the description below, there is a link to our linktree account that has everybody's data, everybody's social information on where you can find them.
Cool.
Everybody that's ever been on the stream has that, so yeah, you can find it that way as well. Sorry, continue, Rick.
I will. Just 1 second. Let me just mute I just wanted to get the chat up, so I've done that now. Where did it go?
Oh darn, I can't hold the leaf.
I'll just pop it over here. Oh, so far it's just Mr. Blue in the chat. I just wanted to make sure I had it up so that I could see.
Well,
So,
Mr. Blue's awesome. So
Yeah, but Mr. Blue is awesome. He's always here. So I also built something for Tricky Bricks challenge, which was no, I'm sorry, not Tricky Bricks. Brick Huntress's challenge called Let's Build Some Magic. So how many of you know the movie The Neverending Story? I'm assuming everybody here. All right.
Yep.
I built Fantasia,
Sure.
or at least the Ivory Tower.
oh, look at that.
Cool.
Full screen.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
Okay, that didn't really make any difference when I full screened.
Yeah, it's good. Good. And this is Falcor right here, flying into the
Okay.
city.
That's
Likely
awesome.
with or without a Treo, I don't know. But
I mean, straight up, with from a distance, it looks like it was a huge mock with lots of pieces, and you used very proficient use of small pieces. Like that's gorgeous.
thank you.
Micro scale.
Micro scale, exactly. So
It's like mini.
you've got.
microscale.
I just use a reference photo on, but you've got a river running through
Yeah.
there, and greenery, some rockery, I guess you could call it,
Rockery.
earthery, and then of course
Rockery.
the rockery,
Rockery,
earthery, rockery,
watery.
greenery.
And
Everything's there. I'm very happy with that model. I'm sorry.
That was awesome.
Oh,
Thank you.
jeez. Yeah,
Other
for
than
some
that-
reason I want to go into a Scooby-Doo rant there, but anyway.
Wow.
Trickery? Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to do it.
Can't do it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out. I have an idea for this bin of. Do you see these little claw
Are those the
pieces?
teeth?
They're like the teeth
claws?
claw. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an idea to make them mouse poops and make a mouse trap because I have to catch the mouse that's leaving the mouse
That's
poops.
an idea.
Anyway, yeah, it's a
Cool.
stupid idea, but it is an
No,
idea.
I like that.
No, it's not.
Even better, pull out your fridge and put it behind there and take a photo that way.
Oh my goodness, my wife would freak.
Oh my gosh,
we have mice. I knew it all along.
No, honey, it's just Lego pieces.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah, it's worse.
on LugNet, somebody posted a mock, and they took all the brown arms off minifigs, and they used it as poop.
Oh, there you go.
All in whatever mock they had, and I'm going, I never ever in a million years would have thought of that.
As soon as I saw these little black
Yeah, it smells poop.
they look just like a little mouse poop.
Yep.
They're just shaped perfectly on the one end. So anyway,
So
that's
Rick
it for me.
collected them
I'm done.
all. And when he starts building this, he's going to be pulling things out and going, wait, that's not a ball.
No, that's not a Lego piece.
I don't remember putting these ones here. Yeah.
Why are the little gnaw marks on them?
Ew.
Uh,
Awesome.
all right, cool.
Cool.
So jump over to Mr. Davey. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Davey. How are you?
Who grew up on Davy and Goliath?
Yeah. No, you never remember?
Not in Quebec.
No,
Sorry, guys.
Be
The
happy.
Church of Lutherans, we run home from Sunday school and watched it. That and Gumby.
Oh my gosh.
I remember Gumpy though, but in French. So
Well, you had that other. It's still on. I see the clips. The was it a penguin? The
Pengu.
Play-Doh penguin.
Pengu, yeah.
Pengu, yeah.
Pengu.
I remember seeing that one as a kid. French English
How
subtitles.
about
maybe
the littlest prince?
I don't know. It was just Play-Doh. It was in French, but we had English translations in Ontario.
I don't remember, Dave.
Oh,
Sorry.
Hold on, I'm pulling it
it's
up.
probably something on TVO, so it doesn't matter.
It's an interesting one, that's for sure.
I went camping last week, and during my camping trip, a good friend of mine sent me a text message on my Facebook and said there's a lot in Burlington that appears to have some classic space in it. You should get it. So, but we had just started a camping trip and we were going to be gone for a week. So I texted the guy and I said, hey, dude, I want it, but I won't be able to see you until Friday. And this is like Monday. And he says, not a problem. I said, I'll pay. I don't know this guy from anybody, but I forwarded him the $75 that he was asking for. And then when we got home on Friday and we went over to Burlington, I picked it up. It was a box. And I'm not going to say anything.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm not going to say anything.
What? Wait a second. Let me see that. Oh wow. That's awesome.
So there's about 11 classic space sets that I did on Facebook and on my YouTube channel. Mostly complete. The most smaller sets. There was a Beta 1 in there, but it basically had
shut up.
Yeah, you know how many Beta 1s I already have.
For $75, that's a steal.
Oh yeah.
So I built all that, and I said, "This is like okay." Because I keep on saying this.
It's Christmas in July for Dave.
Yep.
I honestly mean this. I keep on saying I'm not going to buy anymore until I get this mess off my floor and sorted into the collection. But I couldn't pass this up, so I said, "Okay, that's it. Right? I'm good. I'm good for a while. I got 11 space sets, blah blah." So my wife on Saturday goes over to Value Village down the street, and she sends me a picture, and it's a couple bags on the wall. And right in front was an LL 926 brick or 928 brick. I go, really? Like, really? And so we bought that one.
Oh my
God.
Sorry, Dave.
I'm telling you, Dave lives like in a twilight zone.
Where
nobody knows the value of Lego bricks.
I know.
And
Hamilton,
you just slap a price tag, the lowest possible price tag you could find.
Well,
just slap it on
per
there.
bag. 3 bags, $9.99 each. LL 918 bricks. A bunch of other small sets.
I've been like a million times to Value Village over here in Quebec. Never have I found any Lego bricks, any kind of Lego bricks. So.
We drove out because Sandy wanted to go to Appleby yesterday after work. There's a Value Village up in Appleby in Burlington. We went in there and there was Lego, but it was like all newer Lego and a couple Bionicles. So I didn't buy any. It's still there if you want it. But we in this zone here, although I can't say that when we used to go out to St. Jacobs all the time, they opened up a brand new Valley Village just basically outside the mall there. And Sandy and I went in there a few times, and I kept on finding sporadically bags of Lego there. But the thing is that Sandy and I usually hit the thrift stores at least once a week. Sometimes twice after dinner. What are you doing? Let's go over and walk around the thrift store, and she finds some nice shirt she can wear camping or whatever, and I find something housewares. But I always check out the toy section wherever I am, and I would say 50% of the time there's no Lego. The 50% remaining, 40% of the time it's like Lego mixed with lots more Mega Block or Connects. If we wanted to be adult fans of Connects, I'd have the biggest Connects collection in the entire universe. Because every time you go to Valley Village, there's a bag of Connects there, at least. But 10% of the time, there's a bag of Lego or 2 bags of Lego. Just happened to be lucky on Saturday and picked up 3 bags of old school Lego. And it was 100% Lego, which was nice. I didn't have to sort it out. So that's and
good for you, Dave. Good for you.
Thanks, sir. So that's what I'm doing right now. I do have to maybe make a Bricklink order because the 918s only came with one actual LL918 brick. So I have 2 spaceships and I only have one actually.
And you don't have a spare?
Pardon?
You don't have a spare?
I keep on building them. I think I got 9 or 10 built right now and they're staying built.
Oh.
So I have 12 ships, and I think the last 2 just need some bricks. So I'll have to, or I'm just going to print them off the Cricut and do it myself and be a fake LL918.
Or wait till the next time you walk into Value Village or look in Facebook, and you'll find one.
I always say this: all this wait 6 months. I'm sure one will come my way. I told Jeff this, so he got my 103 or 103, the mail truck, the one I had when I was a kid. I put it in the auction at BrickFed a few years back. That's the one I bought from the post office when I was, 12.
Wait, this is the one you bought when in the post office?
Yes.
This is your first one?
That's my original.
And I'm holding on to it?
Yes.
Like, are you mad?
Yeah. So what happened was that I keep on saying this, and so this is my other one. But what happens is, and I just built this one this year, actually. When I acquired all those lots back in the day from 1980s to before the internet, I had 5 or 6 actual 1x6 with the postal brick on it, the stamp on it, the print on it, and they're lost somewhere in this room. I haven't seen them for a decade. I have no idea where they are. So I got another lot a few years back that had one 1x6 brick in it. So I put it somewhere. I remember where it was. And then 6 months ago, I got another lot from Valley Village that had another one. So I had to rebuild this thing. So it's the first time I've had this together since I gave that one to Jeff. So, the pieces, I don't know if we're just the luckiest people on the planet, but pieces always seem to come our way when we want them. You have to wait, but in the end, it's fun. It's detective work.
It's like the bricks are drizzling down to Hamilton.
Well, you should go over here, Dave, and then you can come over and borrow a couple of bricks, whatever.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to buy a house over there. So
nobody can. We can't. Yeah, we can't. That's why we're not moving.
Oh, jeez. So going back to the Pengu conversation, let me just throw this in here.
There you go.
It's actually a Japanese anime, apparently.
Oh, I thought it was like.
I thought it was French as well.
French
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, I based it on this this particular picture here. Oh,
I thought it was Montreal.
I thought it was Quebec.
Origin.
Japan anime Pengu Penguin ceramic.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else when I was a kid.
Oh, but it does say plated French words. So I don't know.
I remember something when I was a kid that was like Play-Doh, just like Gumby and Davy and Goliath, and that was from Quebec, and it was in French. It was for kids, and I thought there was a penguin in it, but I could be 100% wrong.
Just say
go back to Google and go to not images, but just the regular Google.
So a French penguin cartoon. Pengu goes fishing.
So scroll down and look for Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
It's going to tell you. There you go, right there. First one. There you go.
Fine, Rick. Manufacture you work.
Swiss, British.
British.
Stop
Swiss
Stop
British
motion.
stop motion claymation.
See,
Um,
not from Quebec.
by
So
the
it's like
Plato Group.
oh, what am I forgetting? That guy, the rabbit.
Peter
Wallace
Rabbit?
and Gromit? No.
No, the big Wallace and Gromit,
Yeah,
not
that's right.
rabbit,
Yeah.
the dog. Wallace and
Dog,
Gromit,
yeah.
British.
Yeah,
When
I,
they-
Wallace and Gromit are fantastic. Did you guys see
Fantastic.
that mock on?
yeah.
Well, it would have been on Facebook, but it was all over Instagram. Oh my goodness, it's an ideas submission. It's just
Yeah, it was, and it
incredible.
was rejected. It
Oh,
was
I
Yeah.
have to
hit.
see that because I love that one. We love the Wallace and Gromit movies.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, yeah, because it's this one, right? I'm pretty sure.
That's the one. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
Lego
That's
Ideas.
perfect.
It was
That's
beautiful.
incredible.
It was dead on. Dead on.
See what happens if I.
And I don't know if you've watched. Well, you must have watched the cartoon, but it's awesome. I love claymation. So
Yeah, I've always been a big fan since I was a kid.
You know that the whole studio burned down, actually.
Oh no,
Yeah, and they destroyed all the puppets.
all the
and
original
all the-
footage. Oh,
Yeah, all that. Not the original footage, but the original puppets and all the original
Layouts.
layouts and.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Like it'd be almost like if Thomas the Train, wherever they filmed the originals there. Like my son loved Thomas the Train back in the day, right?
Yep.
Like
And
when it
the
was
original,
not CGI.
Yeah, the new one's a CGI, but the original. I mean, I can't even imagine the layout that was inside
Yeah.
the studio. For that.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, let's get rid of that for a few moments.
Okay.
And
Your
I'm just
turn,
gonna
Jeff. Not me. I'm here.
I meant to cough, and I meant to hit the mute button, and I actually.
I got a rabbit right there.
All right. Do I really want to be?
And now let's go to Jeff.
Yeah, but I just full screen myself. I don't know. I'm doing weird things over here. No, I want.
Hey,
I want
Jeff.
that one. There.
Okay,
Yeah,
there
you
you
guys
go.
are there. Speaking of
Here,
there,
here,
I
here,
actually.
here.
I'll start here. I ended up finally getting. I also placed a Lego order and got my Everything is Awesome set. Everyone is Awesome set. I also got the Koenigsegg car, which is a nice one, and built it right away because I like
so
it.
cool.
And the fact that it's got that green piece in the middle is an actual axe, or it's a butcher's knife. So it's kind of an interesting part
That's
to it.
awesome.
I think this just pops off, and yeah, I'm not gonna bother. But yeah, it's a pretty nice little car. Oh, and the coolest thing is, as you're building it, it's Swedish, blue and yellow, right? So as you're building it, they had a bunch of extra space in the front end, so they ended up putting a 2x6 yellow, and like basically they built the Swedish flag in a 4x6 area.
Oh, really?
And I'm
That's cool.
That's awesome. I don't think I can actually get to it, but
Without taking it apart.
I thought it was a beautiful idea that they did that, and like you don't know it's there because you can't see it. But the fact
That's a really great Easter egg.
yeah,
that
exactly. So yeah, I have most of the speed champions for this year. I think I'm missing the Corvette one. I got the Bronco, which is where's the big Bronco? It's up here as well. Yeah.
Let me do that. Whoops.
Oh, oops.
Honestly, I didn't really like the design of that Bronco anyhow. So just 'cause
Really?
it's
You were
the
looking
rally-
forward to that Bronco.
I was, but it's the race truck. It's the rally truck,
Yep.
not the actual truck. So,
Right.
so I as soon as the
I got that.
Bronco,
That's my stapler. That's my stapler.
I can't even hear Dave, so
That's fine.
Yeah. As soon as the Bronco,
It's better not to hear him.
Exactly.
sometimes I agree.
Oh,
All the time.
Sometimes.
Every time.
So I liked when the Bronco was first announced last year. I was really interested in it, to the point where last weekend I had some free time. Like not the weekend that just passed, but the weekend before that, I had some free time on a Saturday afternoon. So I drove around my area of Ontario for like an hour, and and went to 3 different Ford dealerships to see if I could find one. And I actually did find one.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I was surprised to find it because, they're not, they're only for orders right now. You have to have ordered it originally. But that truck, when I looked at the sticker price in the window, it was $77,000.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I'm like, okay, I like it. It's fully loaded. It's like the off-road edition. Like it's got all the bells and whistles. And I'm like, okay, I get it, but oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you, especially considering that you can order the F-150 full electric for about that price right now.
Yeah, exactly. Now that being said, so this is my little escape in the back corner, and
that's nice.
For me, I pull a trailer, like for doing Lego shows. So my escape pulls 3,500 pounds. This thing looks like it should pull easily a lot more, because it is a lot bigger, not visually, but it is a lot bigger vehicle. It pulls 3,500 pounds.
Oh,
I'm like,
so same thing.
so what's the point?
Yeah. So as soon as I discovered that, it was like, okay, I can't. I don't want to get that vehicle just because it won't help me. Like my next vehicle, I want to be able to pull a little bit heavier loads, because I've got a trailer, JD's got a trailer, and hers is heavier than mine. And when we do shows, it'd be nice to be able to have
F-150 full electric, Jeff.
You know, when that was announced a couple of weeks ago, I was extremely interested in it. My issue would be just the charging network, right?
Yeah, but it will get there.
But, I know. So I mean, I'm still a couple of years away from getting another vehicle, I think, anyhow. But I'm like keeping my eye on the market. But there's a little hole in the market, at least for Fords, that pulls about 5,000 ton or 5,000 kilogram or 5,000 pounds, but it's not a pickup truck. Like they need to put one more SUV in the middle.
Yeah.
And anyways, so yeah, I'm a car guy to an extent. So yeah, I did that. I also, and I tore it apart already a bit, but earlier this week I started working on Castle 4.0, Castle 5.0. I don't know which one it is.
I lost track.
Newcastle.
So I started working on a new design, and I actually was redesigning it a little bit today. So building a small version, 8x8s, 4x.
Cool.
So it's 8x8s, it's 4x4, and each 8x8 would be a 48 base plate. So this would be basically 2 tables by 2 tables, well, 2 tables type thing. I might add an extra couple plates on the side or something. I'm not sure yet, and I still am trying to figure it out. So I was thinking a mountainous area behind, a waterfall coming down somewhere over here, and then the water kind of going through the castle, and then trying to have the castle walls, like the castle up into the mountains, so that it actually it's defensible, like it's still protected by the mountains behind. But, and then I was thinking in the back, if I had room, I would do like a dwarf scene or something inside the mountain, either that they're getting ready to attack or
mining
or something like that. Right?
Mining Bitcoin.
So that's
mining Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's what they're mining.
I heard that, Rick.
Castle you had the big lake and the rowboats coming out and the little harbor inside the castle.
Yeah,
that's like 2.0. That was I like that one.
Yeah. So for me, I've done many castles. The one I currently have, which is still built, and kind of over in the distance there.
Yeah, you see it.
I don't know how to decorate the inside of it. Speaking of which, last week you see the Union Station there. I outsided most of the roof structure, like all the skylights and all the electrical, the heating, cooling type stuff to the roof. So I'm trying to get that one ready. Trying to figure out also what I'm going to bring to the first convention I go to, which is Brick Fair, Alabama. So.
Oh, when's
which
that?
Is in January. In January.
Oh, January. Yeah, you mentioned
January
that. Yeah.
13th, I think.
So you got 6 months.
Yeah, I do, but it's a motivation, right? It's like there's a show coming up, I have to be ready. So
it goes fast too.
It does. It does. So
you probably have a few sleepless nights the week just before going.
Well, the thing is, I'm driving up with a trailer, so the week before I go is I'm already leaving. Like I'm leaving on the Tuesday, I think, to get there for the Wednesday because it's a 16-hour drive. So I'll drive from here to Cincinnati, stop there for the night. Assuming the weather's good, I'll drive from here to Cincinnati on the Tuesday, stop there for the night. Maddie from Old Gray Bricks is probably going to jump in at Cincinnati with me, and we'll
Cool.
truck down. We'll truck down to Alabama the next. Lou's still here. Good. We'll go from there to Alabama the next day. And I say from here to Cincinnati in one day. Hypothetically, if I see there's a weather storm coming in, I'll leave a day earlier, or I'll leave on the weekend and spend more money in hotels or whatever while I'm down there, right? But to try and get ahead of whatever weather is coming in.
Especially if you're hauling a trailer.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be in bad weather with a trailer. So, and then I still have to get my trailer tuned up. I should probably bring it in. I haven't used it for a few years, so like maybe I should get that done at some point.
Do you have to put winter tires on it if you drive it in winter?
I don't think so, because it doesn't really have the traction. Like, it's not like it's a drive wheel.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have to. I'm just going to make sure I'm not going when it's really snowy weather, right?
Yeah.
Even if I have to drive to Hamilton or something one day just to, look at you, Dick. Just to crash on someone's couch to save some time. He's not even listening. So,
No, he's sorting.
He's sorting. He is. So why don't we jump into news? And I didn't think there was a lot of news, but surprisingly, there is a decent amount. So we'll jump into that. And then at the end of that, we'll get into our actual topic for tonight, which is about Lego Masters.
Yeah.
Is that, first of all, before I do that, does anybody actually watch Lego Masters on here? Rick does.
Yep.
Have you watched any of the old ones? All right. Well, you can
You know
still.
who I am.
Dave, no watch TV.
Okay.
Oh, I
Anybody
watch
has?
a ton of
No,
TV.
he watched the CTV Sci-Fi channel. That's it.
Dave, do you have CTV?
Yeah,
Well, then you can watch Lego Masters.
I've seen one episode so far of
All right.
Lego Masters.
Anybody who's at CTV in Canada, Lego Masters airs on Tuesday nights.
I've seen one episode.
Okay. Also,
Right.
if anybody's
You
got
can
Amazon
stream it.
Prime,
I'm not a
You
true
can stream
fan.
it on CTV's website. So
yeah,
I'm not a true fan. So yeah. Sorry.
it's okay. Also, anybody who's on Amazon Prime or has access to Amazon Prime, the first and second season of Lego Masters UK is on there. The first season had kids in it as well as adults, and it was okay, but it was kind of iffy. The second season's a lot better because they went to an all adults.
and they did a French version in France. They
Yeah,
also did
there's
a French version in Belgium.
Yeah.
And they did I think they did another part of Europe that I don't remember. But
Holland had one. They've done some, I think, in the Scandinavian
and
countries as well.
it's the same production teams
Yeah.
that produce all of all of them
But
around the world.
we'll pause on that for a minute. We'll come back to that
Yep.
because that's part of the conversation. So why don't we jump into the news?
The new biz.
Wait, I clicked. Oh, I have to share. I have to add that.
Yes,
There.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me sorting through bricks? Is it loud?
Yes, but it's not that loud. It's
Okay.
very calm.
Hey, Dave is louder actually.
I'm always louder.
Yeah. So, all right. So news. Seinfeld set, which we talked about last week, is actually available as of today. So we won't really touch much on it, other than no one in this panel has probably bought it. Right. Okay. Oh, did you?
I
Rick?
might have.
You might have. Okay, I just assumed.
Rick, what have you done?
Are we not supposed to?
No, I'm just being sarcastic. I just assumed. I think in our
What's
last.
the deal
with not buying the Seinfeld
What's with that? What's with that?
Adam.
Were you not supposed to buy it?
Okay, stop yelling, man. Jeez. You're louder than Rick.
Hello.
Anyway. So yeah, just if anybody is wanting to buy it, it is currently available. The gift with purchase shoe is no longer available, the Adidas shoe, but there is I think I actually have an article for it, but there is a gift with purchase over $55 Canadian. You can choose one set or another.
Oh, really? I didn't. When I added it to the cart today, it didn't show a gift of purchase. So
Because apparently, just looking at this,
You didn't have $100.
you have to add a code SK11 or MG11.
oh, okay.
So, so just as a side note, 5, 6, 10 years ago, Janie used to work at Toy Building Zone in Waterloo area. She was like one of the people that was there working. And so every once in a while, I go down there and visit her and hang out with her. And when you looked at it, she pointed out one of the, how they put the labels on the shelves with the set name and stuff. There was a set called Emma's Newborn Foal, which was a little tiny friend set with a friend and a horse.
This thing?
Yeah, that horse. Exactly that horse. Of course, I just covered you up.
What are the chances that I literally have it just sitting right here?
Anyways,
awesome,
yeah, I don't know. So, the problem with their labels was it cut off the name. So the set actually said, set number, Emma's Newborn.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, we had a good laugh at it. And just recently, when this set was announced, I had a good laugh about this one. And I'm not going to say why, but, Emma's Magical Box. I'm not going any further than that. By the way, hi, Fazoom. Sorry, I just said that.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Zoom.
Anyway, if you don't get it, don't worry about it. It isn't that funny because no one else left. Next item, we talked about the T1 camper last week, but I forgot to mention that there was this brickhead that was available as well, or that's coming out as well, which is one of the, I think it's going to be a Halloween. Yeah, I think it's actually going to be a Halloween-based, August 1st set. So it was a cool little one. Just scroll down. There's a picture of the bill. So I wanted to make sure it was covered off. And Fazoom is saying hello to everybody, and Fazoom got it. You said box. Okay. But it's a magical box. All right, next. In-store purchases. Is anybody close to a Lego store? Anybody?
No.
Dave. Good. Spend $40 in the store, and you can get a deck of playing cards. And I don't know if this is Canada, or they're also available themselves. So you can get it says a deck of cards for $9.99. I'm assuming this is American, so it's probably like $55 and get a deck of cards for $15 or something. Or you can buy them themselves. So it's 2 decks with Lego. There's actual and more information. Let's just open up.
I heard that the deck of cards that you get is one brick short of a full house.
Oh no! Really?
Rick him, everybody.
Don't forget
I'm here all night.
Thank
you. I'm here all night.
I was going to say that microphone in front of you look like Johnny Caravella from WKRP.
What's that?
You look like Johnny Fever from WKRP. You got the microphone.
Oh, the microphone. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show.
Welcome to WKRP.
Welcome to does raise a good point. Why do we want Lego playing cards? Because they're Lego. And I just noticed it's actually a week starting on the 24th. So it'll be on Saturday. Yeah, starting Saturday. So, Saturday.
You'll buy the seat, but you only need the edge.
All right, so yeah, there's that. Let's jump over to the next thing quickly here. Apparently, there's a rumored boat coming out as a gift with purchase in August.
Oh, now that is amazing.
Yeah,
that looks cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to hold off on the Seinfeld set.
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't buy it?
I had it in the cart, and I no.
Now this is also.
You're not buying it. Why are you doing this to me?
It's a mystery wrapped in an enigma.
And it's saying it will require £200, €200 purchase to get it. So hopefully this will be available in North America. But I'll spend maybe $250 to buy it. Maybe. Am I that crazy? Are we that crazy that we would spend that much money to get a boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And Lego knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
So this was a fan vote for Lego Ideas. It is now rumored that the set will come out in August. It'll be called Dream Holiday Sailboat 404.
I like that they're doing that. I wonder what that does for the Ideas person. I'm sure it's not one that was officially selected to be produced as a set, but do they get any kickback from that having been produced as a gift with purchase?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a very good question for sure.
I would think that they do. I'm sure it's not the same as if it was selected to be an official set, but
And maybe it's just that you get a little bit of credit, like store credit at Lego or something like that. Because I heard like if you hit 10,000 on ideas, you get a $500. You get $500
Oh, do you?
at Lego. Yeah, apparently that's what I've heard.
I guess I better start advertising my idea. I'm a long way away.
Or just spend $500 of your own money.
I'll just pay 500. No, that's not going to get me there.
No. I'm just curious if I'm just entering that set number in here. No results. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I definitely an interesting set. Boat gets a new release before space. What a sad world this is. Yeah, but at the same time, this was probably last year's contest, and the space one was this year's, right? So
it's a space boat.
Yeah, it's a space boat. Yes, space.
And we're not
like
getting a space set anyhow. So
space battleship Yashimoto.
we're getting a rocket made of cardboard.
Yamato. Yeah. Thank you, Dave.
Oh, when does that
probably
happen? When does that one happen?
What?
The cardboard.
The cardboard rocket ship.
Oh, probably next year, I would guess. If this one was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have to actually do design, right?
I thought it looked pretty good the way it was, but yeah.
Yeah.
You know what Lego does.
I buy lots of those ones.
Yeah.
Just jump into this one. So these are those two gift with purchases: the Emma's magic box or the little car. So I'd rather wait for the boat. Yeah, wait for the boat. That's what I say.
I would too. Those look pretty
lame.
Kind of like this one.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
I thought you were going to destroy that thing, Rick.
Well, hey, look, I kind of have. The part of it's gone. I used some of it for a mock. So, that makes me think. It might have the parts I'm looking for. It does have the.
These are the parts you're looking for.
I'm digging through a bin looking for two parts, and they're on this thing. So
there you go.
Told you should have just.
It still doesn't explain why you had the horse handy. But anyway.
Why I had what?
Why you had that horse handy. The new.
It's a full.
Yeah.
So my kids, I've been collecting my girls' friends' Lego down to the basement to sort of reclaim it because it's just upstairs strewn about, and the full just happened to be in the mix.
Getting stuck behind the fridge with some mouse poop. Yeah.
Yes, Jeff.
So I pulled this one up just because it said that this Christmas wreath was available again on Shop at Home, and it's not. So let's just get rid of that one. So I know some people in the world are going to be super happy.
Some people in the world.
I'm talking about. But apparently the rumor now is that they were getting a Peach's Castle.
Really?
And that is the reason why we have those white bricks. Which
that's going to be an awful lot of those white bricks.
Yeah. Well, you can, and these are available already on Bricks and Pieces. That's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The white bricks, Dave.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So yeah. And it'll be like 170 US set. But, we'll see what happens. I just brought it up because it's in here. This is just one of the future Technic sets. I was actually just going to look at this personally for new parts, so we'll just skip that one. And that can go away too. Sorry, I was doing there's our Christmas wreath. Okay, Canadians who love Amazon Prime Days. Not happening this year.
Oh.
It was pushed. Originally, it was supposed to be in early July, late June. I forget when it was. But it got held off for Canada. This happened last year as well. They moved it into like September, October, which was awesome because it was right before Christmas, and I was managed to get a bunch of sets for people for Christmas. But yeah, it's been canceled for this year. So
excellent.
Not really, but
no.
Nope.
So this courtesy of Mobile Sir.
That bums me out actually.
It's because Bezos just got back from space. He needs to make the money back somehow.
That's right.
Yeah,
did you hear that he did thank all his employees and all the Amazon
for giving him the money? I know.
Yeah, unreal.
I know.
Unreal.
My jaw dropped when I saw him saying that. I want to just thank everybody who works for Amazon and who are customers of Amazon for giving me the money to do this. Like, wow.
That's not reading the audience very well right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, he's not.
let them eat cake. That's a Marianne's whatever. Yeah. Okay, Mary. Quote right there. Let them eat cake.
Crazy.
Let them eat cake.
Crazy,
I-
crazy.
Cake? You said cake? Someone said cake. I heard cake. Where's my cake?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a historical thing.
Why? Nobody said cake, Jeff. Misheard.
Come on, Jeff.
What?
Get
What?
with it.
What? No.
Jeez.
Anyway, so yeah, that sucks. So the other thing was, yeah, moving on pretty much, because what can we do, right? We can yell, we can shake our fists in the
we
general
can
direction
revolt.
of
We can look at the
Amazon.
good stuff that makes us happy. Bring Zen.
So
Look at the room we're in. Look at Jeff's room. Look at Rick's room. Look at Dave. There's no Lego in your background, but
Yeah,
you know,
no, my Lego room's
For the
my
record,
computer's
my
not in my Lego room actually. So
Zen.
for the record, my room is a complete mess, so not Zen.
Yeah, mine's. Don't look at my floor. I can't even see my floor right now.
well, I have some Lego here.
Look at my build table. It's just
I have some Lego here.
It's classic space Lego.
yeah, you can't appease Dave that way. Anyway, okay, moving on.
Oh, what is that? Oh, cool.
What is that?
Oh, it's just
It's
the
a stack
wedges.
of
I like it.
wedges.
Oh, okay.
It's all gray.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Looks like a tower.
It's like
A
that.
space tower.
Like,
No one's ever seen those before. Like, come on. Anyway,
no, they look cool stacked like that.
yeah, they do. You don't stack yours?
No,
That's how you save space, Dave.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to pull
go
down
back
the
there and
bin?
start stacking
Do
every
you
single
want
brick.
me to pull down the bin
Yes.
right now?
Yeah, you should be stacking, Dave.
Yeah.
Here, I'll wear this as a hat. I'll go pull down the
Do
bin.
it.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, do it. So we mentioned the T1 camper van last week, T2 camper van, the Volkswagen
Yep.
van.
I'm gonna get
so one of the Discord groups, there was a discussion of a new piece that's coming in it
Yes.
that I hadn't even heard about, which is a Technic PAF pin with an anti-stud connection on the end.
Ooh.
Like it.
I don't know what its use for will be. Like, I obviously in the model it's for something, but I'm guessing that the thickness there is probably a half of a lift arm thickness as well.
Yeah. Looks like.
Maybe. So, but it's just kind of a weird part. It's like how are we going to?
And I was telling Jeff the weird part is that you might be able to connect a true half pin with that part, so you get a full pin, but
Oh, you
Yeah,
probably
but it looks
can.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
probably
could.
can. I mean,
gotta-
I use those half pins all the time to attach a plate to Technic,
Brick.
Yeah.
whatever bars or whatever, right?
Yeah, you use greebling. It's perfect for greebling.
Yeah,
It's
And this is gonna be,
any kind of snot technique.
yeah,
exactly.
this is
So
going to
that
be anti-studs out. So this is going to be great. You can put dishes on that, like that thing right there that they've got, whatever that wheel thing is.
That's a shield, I think.
Oh, it's a shield.
But does it have a handle in the back? As
It looks like it might.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
It's got a
You can
stud on the
kind of
front.
just see it right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
So
And a stud on the front. Cool. I like that
Yeah.
shield.
yeah, it's a cool shield.
That's coming with which set?
well, the shield. We're talking about the green part. The green part.
No, I know,
not
but
the shield.
what set is the green part coming with?
I believe it's the Volkswagen camper van. That'll
Oh.
come out in August 1st, I think it was.
I'll have to buy it off
Brain
Bricks and
surgery.
Pieces then.
Yeah, exactly. Once it's available. By the way, the site I'm on, the Discord channel I'm on, is the Bricks and Pieces Discord channel, where people will post, here's the parts
Interesting
that are
topics.
available. Yeah, these parts are currently available. Oh, look, the sheep's available. And then there's an out of stock one that it's like,
The sheep are gone.
oh, look, the sheep are gone. Literally, that's how it happened. And then followed by, oh, look, the white masonry brick, which doesn't have a picture, is available.
I know it's gone.
Oh, look, it's gone. It's funny because as soon as people see it, they buy 200,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So
By the way, the classic grin yellow head is back on Bricks and Pieces. If you guys,
yes, the classic space yellowhead. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And just as a side note,
actually ordered 50 when I back on last Monday.
yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
And just as a side note, the icon for this Discord group is a $1 bill or is a $100 Lego bill with wings. Take my money, it's flying away.
Take my money. Here, take my money.
So actually, what I'll do is I'll jump.
Shut up and take my money.
If anybody is wanting to get into that Discord group, all 6 of you, I just dropped the link. In the
Yeah,
chat.
cool. That's cool.
So anyway, next up, we actually are getting to our topic of the day.
Topic of
which
today.
is late last night. So late last night, I saw a post from Robin Sather, who's the Canadian Lego master. So the works for Lego, works under brand for Lego.
Lego
He's like
certified professional.
Lego
For
certified
well
professional.
over a couple decades now.
Yeah, he's been around for a while, and he's been. Oh yeah, well, there it is. Lego certified professional on the screen. I just noticed. See you, Blue. Thanks for hanging out with us.
See you, Blue.
Anyway, so he announced that he made a post that he was on Lego, going to be the certified Lego professional, the master builder for Lego Masters New Zealand. So I was like, cool that New Zealand's getting one, because it's a great show. I mean, it's fun to watch the American one, because I mean, some of us have been in streams with Moto and with the guys from Alabama or from Georgia. I can't remember. Mark and can't remember.
Boone?
No, well, yeah, and Boone as well. Yeah, from season 1. So I mean, we've seen them around. We know some of the people. So there's going to be a New Zealand one, which I think is cool, because I don't know anybody from New Zealand really,
except for Robin now.
Well, Robin's from Canada though, so he's.
I know, but I'm saying, like, I remember when we did that work with him in Toronto, and he was extremely personable to the public. Like, he's going to be, if he's on camera, he's extremely personable.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
He's very, very good at the public and interfacing and liaising with the people. Like, I was amazed how good that show was over in the museum there. We did a bunch of years back.
Yeah,
with him there.
100% agree. So I mean, when he posted that, I replied back to him and said, "Great news! Congratulations, Robin. I wish you were going to be the one that, or I wish they would bring Lego Masters to Canada, because I would have assumed that he would have been the person doing it." And he said, "Just you wait," with a winky face. Yes! Or something along those lines. I can pull up the actual thing. So I've now heard from 2 independent sources that Canada is going to get a Lego Masters show.
Awesome.
Now, I don't know if this is true or not. It could just be people say, like, it could just be that someone read the Lego Masters US is available on CTV in Canada and went, we're going to get Canadian Lego Masters, right?
No, it has to happen. It's bound to happen. There's too much talent in Canada for them not to do it.
Bingo.
Exactly. So
not necessarily in this one square.
I'm just talking about this square right here.
This square
yeah, I've seen the other 3 squares.
Right
here. Squares here, lots of talent, but not this one right here. I can build one thing good.
You could.
That's it.
So coincidentally, they did have the challenge they had this week, and I won't actually say much about the show, but the challenge they had this week, they had 2 challenges, a first build and a second build. And the first build this week on the US one was they had the Technic Lamborghini Green Cyan, I think it's called, the sports car. And the host had it on the thing and basically said, look at it for a few minutes, and they got rid of the model. And then they said, you got a pile of bricks on your desk. That's all the parts from that set. Go build it. So they had to build, based on looking at it for like 30 seconds, they had to try and build the closest replica. And at the end, like the winner of that, you weren't getting eliminated, but you got an extra special bonus. And
is that the Technic Lamborghini or the brick?
Yeah, the Technic.
Yeah,
the Technic Lamborghini.
Okay, I've been building Technic since like the Technic came out, but there's no way, there's zero way. When you
it was a ridiculous, and it didn't really count for anything in the end.
No. Well, it didn't, but it was funny why. But anyway,
I think you do the shell by looking at it, but the internals would be completely.
But you gotta expect that from a show like it's promoting Lego, so
yeah.
So you gotta expect some part of promotion from Lego.
The show that I saw, they were really good at brick building, like beautiful figs and buildings and all that stuff. But I didn't see a lot of Technic builders there.
Yeah, that was part of the challenge too. It was what people weren't really Technic builders. So this was the set here.
I looked at a bit of a. They wanted to get them into the mindset of building a car, because the next challenge was to build a car.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Was to build a crash up derby car.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but this model that's shown here, they actually built a large scale one like they did for the Bugatti a while ago. They built this in large scale, and they had that on display there. And as far as I can tell, I think that was on display there before it actually was publicized to the public. I think. I don't know if the timing. It's around that time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe
I
they
think it
announced
came
it-
out. You're right.
Yeah, maybe they announced it at the same time because as soon as you bring that into a studio, you've got 200, 300,000 people that are working at that studio that will see it. So you can't really keep it a secret anymore.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
But anyway, so I mean, it was promotion as well for Lego, right? It's like, hey, we've got this set. Hey, we've got this cool large
Cool
scale
set.
model. Yeah.
Go and buy it. Buy it now.
So yeah, the topic really for tonight is if we did a Lego Masters in Canada, A, would you do it? B, would you watch it, Dave?
Yes.
Because I mean, I'm certain if we had a Canadian Lego Masters, there would definitely be at least 2 or 3 people we would know on that show, right? I mean, Rick, would you try it for it?
100%.
Who would your second be? Because
I don't know.
don't say me because I'm taken.
Jeff.
Oh, are you?
No, I'm taken. Yeah,
You're taken.
Janie and I have already said that if it happens, we'll do it.
And that's no surprise at all, and you guys would win.
No, I don't think we would win. But anyway,
I wouldn't discount teams from Quebec.
Oh, the key lugs are really good.
and I mean, if someone like Simon Liu were to join in,
Oh, wow.
where'd you get in?
Simon would be a tough
Simon
competition.
Would be hard to beat. Yes.
What's the one? Who's the gentleman that designed the Pursuit of Flight, the little set that was
Jason Ellerman.
Jason Ellerman.
Ellerman,
Yeah. So there's a lot of talent in Canada.
yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's insane.
I think what they're looking for is, I think they're looking for more sort of run of the mill people. Maybe just peppering in a couple of high profile builders in there.
Yeah.
I mean, look, when you look at what's gone on in the American Lego Masters, Moto, who is a very talented builder, out in the third show, I think it was the third one, which was a surprise to me.
Yeah,
but he's definitely one of the more skilled builders. But he builds in such a very unique way. He uses a lot of mixel joints, and he builds a lot of hollow structured builds with plates and crazy angles. He works those angles to make different shapes. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But Dave, what you said earlier about how to build one thing really well, I was thinking it would be hilarious if you got on and every challenge you just built the same. So everybody, we're going to reveal the builds. What do you have, Dave? I have this.
There you go.
I have a classic spaceship.
It's called the 918. It's yes, Dave. We've seen that for 4 weeks now. Have you got anything else in the bank? I'm afraid I don't.
I got a Technic set.
I could build an 819.
It's like that old Sesame Street card, like skit when the detective's looking for the letter M.
Yeah.
And he goes out there and the W walks past him. Like, that's not me.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just pulled up the comments from Robin, and I had said it would be cooler if you were doing a Canadian version, and his reply was "all in good time, my friend," with a winky face.
I like Roy Nelson's comment. Canadian version, maybe all apologizing for winning. Sorry.
Well, can you imagine the judges saying sorry for sending us home? Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
So sorry.
Sorry to everybody.
Mary Grace on as well.
I would definitely apply. I was asked. I was contacted by a casting agent for Lego Masters Season 2 in the US.
In the US, okay.
And it didn't go any further than a few messages back and forth because he realized I was in Ontario and they weren't casting outside of the US at the time.
Yeah.
I actually we had a few Kellogg members who were contacted for Season 1 of the US version. Yeah. And they all declined because you would have to take a month off, and
even more than that. I've heard 10 weeks, which is
I think
an insane amount of time when you think about it.
Season 2 was 8 weeks, I think.
Yeah,
but it also kind of depends on how long you go, right? Like,
and we had a few Kellogg members who were also contacted for the one in France. Because we're francophones, but it started just when COVID started,
right.
So they had all this restriction about traveling and the 2 weeks period that you had to isolate yourself, and so 2 weeks getting there, 2 weeks getting back, and it was like awful. But some are over here seriously considered it. So
yeah,
I would guess that a Canadian version would have to include at least one team from
Canadians.
Quebec.
Yeah,
But
but
100%. Yeah, 100%.
But at the same time, then are they like, how would they do that with the show? Like because we are a francophone country, right? Like or a bilingual country.
Yeah.
Like they would obviously broadcast it in Quebec in French as well. But then would that team be talking in French most of the time? And you know what I mean? Like how would we do that? Or do we get a Lego master in place, or like the Jamie Berard of the States? We get like Pierre Normandin, who's a Lego designer in Billund, who's from Montreal area, as far as I remember. So we have someone who does speak English and French as well, so that he can converse with both of them, and they just subtitle the show.
I would guess that they would like cast a team that would be like almost fluent in English, so most of the interviews could be done in English,
right?
But
make it easier, yeah.
Probably you would hear them talking to each other in French, and
like like a lot of tabarnak.
Yeah,
yeah.
You would get that one, I guess. Sacre bleu. Sacre bleu is French, guys.
French.
Totally French. Nobody says that in Quebec.
How many French people are we insulting by doing this right now? Anyway.
Well, I was going to say I want to insult more people, so I was going to say we need to get 3 translators: one for English, one for French, and one for Newfoundland.
Oh, Rick, you went there. Seriously.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
It is a different.
I love everybody from Newfoundland. I love everybody from.
And it does like the whole cast of Lego Master, like the whole cast of adult fans that are there, just do one day where they all just say "a" and "about."
Hey,
you know what I mean? Like,
what you talking about?
Or do the Americans have a drinking game that every time we say "a," they have a drink, right? Like watching.
I would imagine if the casting director is smart, they would find the stereotypical Anglo and the Francophone and put them together and just have them fight all the time.
Oh, that would be so good.
and what they should do is they should get me and David to do it because we fake it for a while.
Yeah,
and then become the best friends at the end. It's like, man, what a cute little heartwarming story.
Just
and
for the drama.
obviously, Dave doesn't watch the show because on the U.S. Lego Masters there are fights, but they're like, hey, you guys, you're building the same thing as us. No, you're building the same, and they're just joking. Because they are a family. Like they get stuck together in the same hotel for 8 weeks.
Yep.
And come on, every time we go to a convention and we all get into the same space, it's not like we're fighting.
No.
We have a common bond, and that's what makes these shows kind of interesting as well, because it's a reality show, but it's a nice reality show versus a you slept with my sister reality show. Right?
Exactly.
So, which I guess technically could have happened in Lego Masters as well, because there are brothers sisters. But anyways,
it could.
Got the comments here. If Alberta separates, could I still qualify for Lego Masters Canada?
Everybody's separating from Canada. Wow.
So yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, it sounds like we could get one. I don't know what a time frame would be, but
it would be an interesting one because you have Texas that is a kind of a different country into and of itself. They have an accent and all that stuff. But overall, from coast to coast, Americans are Americans, right? Yeah. You get Canada, you go from one province to the other, and it's like completely different ideas, completely different whatever. So you go from the East Coast to Quebec to Ontario to the West, and then you get up to BC. You're going to have radically different people with radically different personalities on the show. And if you get up to the territories and Nunavut, like, hello, it's like bring them all together. And we're all Canadian, but it's going to be, I think it'll be a lot more interesting with the dynamics. With Canada,
if we got the Canada's Got Talent, and we got shows like
for sure,
it just makes sense to have a Lego Master Canada.
family programming on prime time, which is something that they probably really want in the networks, right?
Yeah.
Because there's shows that the whole family can watch together. Because like the kids want to watch it because it's Lego, and the parents want to watch it because it is interesting. I mean, my sister is listening to this stream every once in a while as well. It's like, we're talking about Lego. Why do you care? But she finds it interesting.
She
right?
loves her
'Cause we have
brother.
our own- well, that too. It might be my fault. But no, I'm just saying, like, there are people that do get interested in it. And how many AFLs have we had that have joined because of COVID as well, right? So
Yep.
the market
There
is
is that,
huge
isn't there?
for-
Like, the numbers have gone up since COVID. Like,
Oh, yeah.
the hardcore
Yeah.
users,
yeah, for sure.
TFOLs or TFOLs.
So I mean, I'm really
Well,
I really would love to see a show, and I'm definitely gonna try. But again, there's that stereotypical. Is there? And I've said it for the American show. I mean, Lego builders. If you ever go to a Lego convention, Lego builders are not. We
Fighting.
stereotypically are larger people. Because we don't do Lego builders tend to not do sports. We tend to not
except for Dave here.
Well,
It's
yeah,
coming-
what I'm saying, like I
It's
mean,
on the
I'm a
slip.
big guy, and I know a lot of Lego fans.
Rick
in the
is
States.
looking pretty svelte over there. I don't know.
Nah, I got some weight. I got some weight.
Yeah, but not like my weight. But anyways,
Anywho.
but if you look at Lego Masters, that isn't really represented. There aren't, even in either of the seasons that they've had in North America or in the States.
They haven't really had any
there
bigger.
are not really a bigger people type crowd in there. So I'm not saying it needs to have it, but I'm saying that could. Hey Josh, that could basically be a downside for someone like me because I'm a bigger builder. So I'm hoping the Janie aspect will get me in. But anyways,
Are you suggesting they wouldn't select you because of your weight?
Physical appearance.
I don't know.
I think that would be very un-Canadian.
No, I do agree, but it's just from what I've seen from the States. I mean, I know a lot of overweight builders have applied to the States, and obviously they just didn't have the thing they were looking for. And I'm assuming it's not weight. But that being said, it is.
I don't think it's weight because
no.
I mean, I've heard some people from France who did apply, and basically they got to the interview format, and they were asked to build something, and they just I know one guy who said you just couldn't do it. They asked to build a sphere, but out of regular bricks. So, and he said I'd never done a sphere before, so he just messed up and he missed the cutout. But
I mean, it's still as well, right? But I don't know if you.
I'm sure that you and Janie would make a great team in respect to Janie being so out there and so outspoken, and so I guess you
Part of the hobby.
But you're right. They're looking to make a great television show.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, Josh just volunteered both of us to be on the show together.
There you go.
Because I also know that these shows always look for the specific not stereotype, but the specific
father son.
So father son, you got the cute couple, you got the old married couple, you got the people are kind of strange, but so we got that. We got this in the bag.
So, sorry to say this, Dave, but Lego Masters hasn't been kid friendly since the first season of the UK. No. I mean, they look for people that are 18 or older. So you can do father son when Josh turns 18.
There you go. So like 6 seasons from now, or
but Dave, I think we should pitch the two guys, the Anglo and the Franco, fighting all the time.
That'd be great.
Oh, yeah,
I think it'd be perfect, and have it to be be completely set up, and at the end, hey, we are like brothers.
But if it's you two, it would be, you'd be fighting about classic space. You'd be fighting about the same thing.
Classic space in 1982. No, classic.
No.
1987.
It's classic space. No, it's Space Classique.
Oh, jeez.
We're bad. All Canadians just tuned us out.
But okay, so hypothetically, we all apply. Are you actually going to be able to get that time off of your work in order to do it? Right? Like that's the other thing, right? Like by the way, if my manager's watching this, I'm going to be talking to you in the next few weeks just in case it does happen. But
Just a month off.
well, month, it's like 8 plus weeks.
Yeah.
And I mean, it depends on the schedule and stuff. But I mean, from what Moto was saying, they were waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning to go to the studio to go through hair and makeup, and because they had 24 people there, right? Like it was a process, and everybody had to be there at the same time because they had one shuttle from the hotel to the studio or whatever. You go through hair and makeup, you start building at I don't know what time, maybe 8, 9 in the morning, and they wasn't getting back to the hotel till 9 at night. And at that point, you go to bed because you've got to do it all again the next day.
Get up and do it all. So now, you can take care of half of that hair and makeup by just shaving your head.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I need a cut, but
then you can get up at 5 for makeup.
And the other thing is that they do that to you because if you're a big star, you get to show up on set at like 11 a.m., 12 p.m.
Oh, that's because you have your own makeup crew that does your makeup.
So it's like you don't have to get up at 4 a.m.
So
I remember there was an interview years ago, Bill Mooney, who played for Lanier on Babylon 5, and he had to have all that makeup as Mimbari on there. And he goes in for his pilot, and he tells JMS Joe Michael, says, if you want me to be this guy and sit in the makeup chair for 8 hours before the shot, I ain't doing it for every episode for 120 episodes. And I'm thinking, I couldn't sit in the makeup chair. Like I've never. It's just not. I probably won't even. Well, I know I'm not going to sign up, but like, if I wanted to, that ain't me. So.
Earlier, Dave, you were asking what Robin looked like, and I just realized there's a good picture of him in the article here. Dave St. Cyr.
Dave me?
Yeah,
yep.
Dave you. Yeah. So I don't know if he's ever done anything in Quebec. I know he's definitely done stuff in Ontario.
Yeah.
And I know he's been out to the East Coast as well, and obviously the West Coast because he's based out of the West. So, and it's interesting because it says he's traveling to New Zealand to start the hunt for the best Lego builders in New Zealand. So I didn't know if the certified professional would actually be involved in that process of trying to choose the builders. So, I mean, the problem with having one from Canada in the like if we did a Canadian Lego Masters and had a Canadian certified builder, we would have a problem as well because he knows a lot of people, right? So you don't want to have favoritism as well, and he's the judge. So
you think that's why? Do you think that's part of why Robin's in New Zealand? And if there's one in Canada, we'll probably have somebody from wherever coming up here that doesn't know the people.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, the U.S. one has Jamie Berard and what's her name?
Amy.
And they're both Lego designers from Billund. Now,
Right.
Jamie Berard was an American, or what was originally. He was an AFOL back in the early 2000s, and he got hired directly from Brickfest. I think it was 2004 or 5. He had done some mocks, and Keld was there, and a few other people in the company, and they ended up talking to him and said, "Hey, give us a call." So he ended up getting hired out of that, and he's now one of the lead production or one of the team leads in the design studios, or in one of the design departments. And I mean, he's built a lot of our modulars as well, and stuff. So, and the Fairground Mixer, he did that at BrickFet one year. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would assume that they would probably pull in someone from Billund or maybe an American certified professional to do the Canadian show or something like that, just because there's probably less way that you know them. But I mean, maybe, like I said, maybe they would pull in someone like Pierre because from Lego, because he is a French Canadian and at least would be able to converse with everybody in the you know what I mean, everybody in the show. That being said, when you're in the show, the people that are doing the contest do not associate with the master builders or the hosts at all, because there's no crossing of the streams in those two groups, because you don't want favoritism to form as well. So the only time you actually see those people are when they're on stage with you. So, but anyway. So, yeah. So, Rick, you'll try?
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, you don't have to try as a group, or as a group of two.
Yeah, you can go in as an individual and just up to
pair it
fate.
up with someone. Yeah. Now, I mean, that's what also happened to Moto and Paris. Yeah. But I mean, and they did work well together, I would say. But I mean, they just didn't know each other's strengths and weaknesses as well, right?
Yeah. I think you need
Chemistry.
Someone, yeah, you need chemistry. You need someone you can rely on, and you need someone you know, like you said, you know their strength, you know their weaknesses,
Yeah.
and so you got to balance those out, and I think chemistry is the key to here, because you're working under pressure, you're laying bricks like you're never laying, you never put, so
Yep.
you have to have chemistry. You have to, be able to communicate with your partner, and I think it's a partnership.
Yeah, and you have to have calluses on your fingers and thumbs already before you get there, otherwise you're going to be in pain. But
They have the little hammers, eh? They have the little.
They have the hammers. Yes, they do. But the hammers take more time too, because now you got to pick up the hammer and do this, where you can just But yeah. So the other thing was as well, a lot of people that are preparing for this are watching all of the versions of Lego Masters in as many languages as they can watch, right? Because they are carrying over themes, or they are carrying over contests. Like Legoland, the New Zealand one had the Hanging Brick Challenge that was on Lego Masters US in the past few weeks. Now, US had this week was a totally new challenge I had never seen before. Next week is the same. Next week is a wind turbine type challenge. So build something that can stand a 60-kilometer an hour or 60-mile-an-hour wind.
Oh yeah.
Which is like, that's 100 kilometers an hour. Like, build something out of Lego that can withstand that much wind.
Hinge multi-part.
Like, oh my god.
That's easy.
That's easy?
Yeah, sure.
Just
build a giant brick.
No, you know what? I could just, I was just going to say, I could just see what people are going to, well, I'm guessing there's probably a height challenge, but yeah, someone's going to go there.
Did it.
There.
Oh, the Jeff Elliott School of Building.
Jeff Elliott, yeah. So we had a builder, well, Dave can tell that story because he was there, but.
That's fine.
So
we had a sumo competition, robot competition when we were doing the RCX stuff, and so it had to be 100% pure Lego, and the idea is you put two robots on a circle plate that's 4 feet diameter, and robots push each other off. If you if you get knocked off, that you win, or you lose. And so Jeff shows up with a Lego sticker. And he puts it down. And so the other robot's just driving around this constantly, like the chances are it's going to fall off just by if you don't do your programming right or building right. So he always won because they couldn't push the sticker off and followed the rules.
Oh my gosh.
Jeff was always one of those guys like you need like a specific rule book, and if people remember back in the day, we used to have epic threads on RTL Toronto on Mugnet to suss out all the rules, because you couldn't just say, oh, we're just going to have a robot competition to be tug of war, just show up. You couldn't do that, right? Because you have Jeff Elliott out there. So we had weeks and weeks and weeks of working on every minutiae, every possible scenario of a rule to make sure it's going to work. And people still worked around them. So, my sister threw up used Duplo for strength, and that's the thing. Their brick pit where they store all the bricks, there is no Duplo. Nope. They don't have every single part that's available to us in our own collections or whatever as well. So, and there is some limited supply. Like, they will run out of certain parts through the build if everybody's using those parts. So, but yeah, I mean, for that type of a challenge, like the wind turbine. If they have a bin like this, I'm fine. This is 1x16 black Technic bricks, because I use these for everything. For strengthening. So if you want me on your team, because I can do all your internals for you, I can make it as strong as you want it.
Oh, what happened to Dave?
And then he gets.
Dave?
And then he just.
Dave. Oh, there you are.
Back.
And my sister's now saying she'll lend me her Duplo. Yeah, we can't bring our own bricks with us either. We use what they've got. Well, no, but I mean that would be an advantage if you could bring stuff with you too, right? Of course, what would you bring with you? But the other thing is as well, for the Lego, if anybody watching now or in the future is planning on going into the competition, if you make it in before you actually go to the filming, make sure you're up to date on the latest Lego technology, like their boost or whatever power functions or whatever it is currently at that time, because they do push motion, they do push movements. So you need to learn how to do mechanical stuff. What was that, Dave?
And they won't have RCXs.
No, they won't. Yeah, exactly. It's the latest, greatest. You're using a tablet to program it, whatever. So I mean, there's that too, because motion in these shows is a big deal,
and you have to have a lot of different set of
Skill sets.
skills. Yeah, skill sets, because
Yeah.
they're they're very very diversified what they're asking the builders to do.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah, and-
you have to do you have if you have never done technique stuff, you're not going to be able to build up to strength.
Right.
If you're not never done any city stuff and they're asking you to do a 4 feet building,
Right.
you're gonna get eliminated. So you have to.
Landscaping,
So you have
You
to
know,
have.
greebling, everything. Like
Yeah, greebling. Yeah, exactly. I think last night when they were talking about the crash up derby cars, I thought to myself, okay, well, this is where I would stumble because I've never made anything of Lego with any power function at all.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Well, and it wasn't power function. It was an RC remote control.
No, that's right. That's
Either
right.
way.
And then when they finally revealed it, it was a pre-built chassis with a remote control. So you're just stacking bricks on top of it.
Yeah.
So I was like,
But
oh,
that
good.
way everything's the same, and they're not going to have failures just because.
Yeah,
it
that's right.
doesn't work.
That's right.
So it did make sense to have a common base for everybody.
It did.
But I mean, as soon as I started seeing that challenge, I'm like, oh, I would in my brain, it's like, oh, I would probably build it like this, and then. In my brain, it was like, oh yeah, just try and shield it as best as possible, put a shell around it or whatever. But then at one point on the playing field, they actually had rubber tires on the playing field, sitting there like that weren't part of your vehicles. So there was a vehicle that was driving along and all of a sudden drove over a rubber tire and got stuck.
Yep.
Because the tire got under the base of it and held it up because they had not that
No
high
clearance. Yeah, that's
they
right.
didn't have the right clearances and stuff. And it's like, oh geez, how do you build something so that it will, like when Lego falls off of the other models, you have to drive through that, right?
that's where our old RTL Toronto robot competitions come into play.
Yes, but at the same time, I mean, it's not AB steering as well. It's an RC car, right? So you're
It's an
forward
RC
and
car, yeah.
backwards.
Can we talk a little bit about the result of last night's show? Because I was quite shocked, actually, at the result.
Maybe maybe we talk about it after
Yeah. Okay.
we're not live, just because I don't want to ruin it for anybody else.
Spoiler. Yeah.
You won't be ruining it for me, but yeah, there's other people who probably haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I don't want
to.
to. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be able to watch it this morning. So,
Oh, are you going to watch it,
Dave?
David?
Yeah, but
Okay.
we can
Well,
talk
then
about it.
I won't discuss it.
No, maybe. Well, I mean, like I said, Brick. Maybe we can chat about it one. Hey, maybe
Mine
we could
is
do a
not
stream one time this weekend or something. No. Anyway, actually, you know what? This might be a good weekend to do a stream and talk about something like that because Brick Rodeo is going on in the States. So there's a lot of people down in Houston, Texas this week, like Jeff, tons of just
McAwee?
Jeff McAwee and
Julian.
and Moto and those type of people are all down there. So there's not going to be as many streams on this weekend. So maybe I'll throw up a Saturday stream to talk about stuff.
So us Canadians will just take over the streaming industry for a weekend.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, exactly. While the
Speaking of
Americans enjoy their shows, we stream it up.
Speaking of which, there's a possibility that next Thursday, if anybody watches Old Gray Bricks, next Thursday, they don't have anybody that can actually do the stream. So we might do it here on this channel. We might do Old Gray Bricks here. And I'll probably send out the invite for the Old Gray Bricks crowd, but I might throw in some Canadians if that's okay with them. I have to still have to talk the details out as well. So that might happen as well next week, an extra stream on my channel. And 3 weeks from now, I think it is. I'm just pulling up my calendar. What are we today? We're the 21st, 28th,
21st.
11th. So yeah, the week of the August 9th to the 13th. So the 11th stream. I'm actually I booked a trip with my kids to Tremblant.
Oh, nice.
To Mont Tremblant.
Oh,
So I'll be up there on the Wednesday nights.
Sacre bleu.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'll be able to do the stream. So either I give someone my username password and they log into StreamYard and do it, or we just have a vacation week or something like that. We'll figure that out. And see. Of course, I still want to be there and watch it, so I don't know. Anyway,
I'm thinking about getting it because if I do the live stream from my driveway when I'm doing the setup, I like this better than what I did last time.
Well, but for StreamYard, like are you gonna have people join in?
I don't know.
Because that's it's really made for conferencing, right?
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, you do well.
The one thing that blew up is I used the YouTube because I have a YouTube channel and I used that and it was like half an hour just to try to get it working, and I went into Facebook live stream and just clicked the button and I was building the layout on TV. So it's like,
yeah, I'm trying to think if I think I have gone live on YouTube by mistake accidentally, and it was very quick because I did it by mistake.
I tried it and it was especially outside on the Wi-Fi and everything. Just, Facebook, well, you saw it. I had my little phone on Facebook streaming me for 6 hours building the layout in the driveway, right? But I want my YouTube channel.
Yeah. I mean, so you can try it through StreamYard. I mean, the thing is, you'll get the default StreamYard type background like this, but that's not a big deal. So people.
Or I seem to remember that one of my friends actually has a subscription to StreamYard, and maybe I'll let him run it for the day while I'm building a layout in the driveway.
Yeah, we can do that. Why is my logo not popping up now?
Where'd it go?
I broke it.
There it is.
It's weird that it didn't revert back to that one. Anyway, so
we'll talk about that too.
So any last comments about Lego Masters before we wrap up the show?
If it's Canadian, I'll watch every episode. I'll tape every episode, and I'll be rooting for the people I know. and if it comes down to Dave and the team, and Rick and the team, and Jeff and Jeannie and the team, I'm going to say, ooh.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be on the show. Forget about it.
I'm a long shot too. But
I'm not that diverse. I like Dave. I mostly build classic space stuff. So
I consider myself a long shot as well. So I mean,
Jeff, you're one of the most versatile builders I know.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, Jeff. I think you should.
Out of all,
I'm definitely going to try.
It's you and Ginny that are the most versatile builders I know.
Yeah, and I agree, and that is a good possibility. But I don't want to like bet on it or anything, right?
That's we're Canadian, right? So we don't want to like hype ourselves.
I don't want to take away someone else's spot, but
we're so Canadian.
So Canadian.
We are so Canadian. Yay.
Oh, so Dave, just to make you more jealous. So this is one of the things that was in a lot too. And where's the camera?
Do I remove them?
No, not in perfect condition.
Wow.
One is broke.
The other one isn't, but the one is.
Wow,
beautiful.
Yeah, can't complain at all. Hey, come on over. Come on to the dark side.
Drive 6 or 7 hours.
6 hours, 7 hours.
So speaking of come on over, are we still tentatively thinking of doing the Brick Shack the last day of July 31st?
Yep.
I'll be at the cottage.
You'll be at the cottage? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right.
Sorry.
No, I'm just joking. We can push it later.
You guys can get this good stuff because I won't be there.
I mean, we could push it later. We could do it like July. We could do it August 14th even or something like that.
And we could maybe talk about combining it with the layout in the driveway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I want to do the layout in the driveway, and I want it,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Option 2 would be you do the layout in the driveway. If you're doing that during the day, we can go to the Brick Shack as well and then meet up with you.
Yeah, exactly, something like that.
Just hang out there.
Like do it in the same weekend or whatever.
Yeah, do it in the same weekend or something. Yeah. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to be able to get up to see Janie at some point, and I was thinking that weekend after my trip with kids, because the week after I'm with my kids are going to a cottage as well,
right.
With their uncle and their grandma. So I'm going to be, I won't have my kids for that week, so I was thinking of going to visit Janie some days in that week as well.
Yeah, but you get a visitor before August 9th.
Well, no. August 9th is when Americans can come down. So Brandon might come down after August 9th. So I need to get her. That's a whole week of her to be with Brandon. So hopefully by the next week.
That changed today. It's August 21st now.
No, that's for us to visit the US.
I thought it was the other way around. Nope. I thought it was them to come up here.
Yeah, they can't come up here on.
I thought they said
on August 9th. No, they can come up here, but we cannot go down there.
Well, that makes absolutely no sense.
Well,
exactly.
Our Canadian government is opening the border to Americans, but the U.S. government hasn't opened the border to Canadians.
I thought they had said,
you might have done that. The land border, the land border, because you can always go by plane, but
Yeah, wow. It still says the 9th. Okay. But I think what I read was that the Americans just pushed or added an extra 30 days to
because the Americans take their decisions on the 21st. every 21st of the month they
Yeah.
update their
basically
status.
August 21st is the earliest we could crossover right now, but they could change that as well.
Yeah.
I don't like getting into politics a lot, but the one thing that bugged me, and because we got American
Dave?
television stations up here all the time, and for the last 3 months, American senators, American governors along the border of Canada have been screaming at Canadians to open up the frickin' border so the Americans can come over here, and we're going, or the Canadians go, and we opened our border first, and I'm going, what? You guys aren't like, anyway, I whatever.
Yeah.
Zen, Dave. Zen, play with your bricks.
All right. So, quick roundtable. Anybody planning to do anything for the next week? Anything going on?
Lego wise?
Lego life, whatever. Dave's
Yep. I'm going to actually start sorting too.
Okay.
I'm thinking about dismantling some of my bulk sets that I've dug for, found the pieces, built them, and now I have them displayed. I'm thinking about breaking them down and putting them back into the mix because I need space for the new sets, like these things up here.
Yeah, makes sense. So. How about you, Dave? Any plans?
Sorting, mostly sorting, because Dave keeps bugging me about not seeing my Lego room. So one day I want to stream from my Lego room, so I got to do a little cleanup and.
Yeah, cool.
So you couldn't take us for like an impromptu tour right
now? Because you would think that I was a hoarder. Yeah, I would look like a hoarder. I don't want to look like a hoarder on YouTube.
Yeah, I can't see my carpet right now. you see the good stuff up in the walls, the organized stuff, but the floor is covered. So.
Oh wow.
Oh gosh. Okay. So yeah, plans for me. I probably will be doing some sorting to an extent if I take that castle apart, and the sorting will be 1x2s in this bin and of all colors and whatever. But yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm planning this week. We've had 2 days of deployments at work, and I have another day of deployments for another project tomorrow. So I haven't gotten anything done in the past 2 days because I've been working till 7 or so at night. But yeah, we'll figure out what's going on, and I'll get something done. I know I want to clean up my Lego room a bit as well. And like I said, castle I think will probably be the first thing. But I also need to place a bricks and pieces order. I'm like, it's been a few weeks since I've placed one, and I've got a huge list now of like 20 or 30 parts that I could easily order lots of for projects and things like that. So, we'll see what happens. But yeah. Anyway, any last words?
Oh, there. David and I were talking today on Facebook, and we really, really, really want to do another layout together.
Yeah, I saw that.
Classic space layout.
Classic
cool.
space layout.
Well, you guys are still on for next November or October for the Brickomania?
Brickomania is actually we're aiming for November 2022.
Yeah.
But we're still hoping to do a little show in November.
Like this November.
Yeah, this November.
Yeah.
Well, 1 day show, just just to get together, and the last weekend it was actually Jonathan Bussier's Memorial Day. So we got to meet a lot of people from the club, and people were just saying, we don't care if nobody comes. We just want to get together and lay down bricks
together. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and where would that be?
Probably on the south shore of Montreal, probably Saint-Basile-le-Grand or something like that. We're looking for probably like a gymnasium in the school. So.
Cool.
And just let me know, Dave.
Yeah. I was going to say, would that be like a K-Lug only type event, or would
it No. It's actually it's not organized by Kellogg, so usually we invite more people than, of course, the majority of the majority of the exhibitioners are from Kellogg, but we get a few people that are just coming out of their basement. And
well, it's a 5-hour drive for me, so I could be there maybe to pop in and say hi. I don't know if I would be able to bring anything for that, because that would mean coming up the day before and
Yeah.
Setting up.
and
Yeah.
you know, trailering, but we'll see how it goes. But
I'd be interested in that as well, actually.
so
So
cool.
if you
Just
guys
to
want
meet
to
you
kind
guys
of
as well,
involve,
right?
so.
Because David
Welcome.
and I were talking about it. I've actually in my head now. I've got it figured out that I can bring the layout without the wooden boxes ish because we want to join ours together. And right now, since my base plates are taped to plywood,
Yeah.
that doesn't work. So I got another idea. So
Well, you could probably set it with the plywood because mine are actually raised by like 6 plates, so
right.
I think it would fit, but we would have to see.
We'll work it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is what I love too. It's like different people from different clubs. It's like, hey, how do we make our setups match? Brick Fair, Alabama. I was thinking of maybe bringing my train layout and integrating with the guys from Old Gray Bricks. I can't think of the Alabama. No, not Alabama, Georgia.
Right.
Because they were thinking of putting a train layout together. I'm like, well, I can bring something as well. I'm not part of your club, but I mean, because we follow a standard, they will mostly fit together, right? So, but anyway, I guess we'll call it a night. Thank you everybody for hanging in there. We have had consistently about 7 people watching, so that's awesome too.
That was awesome.
Cool.
We'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, everyone.